All right, so today is the last day of 2019, so hopefully you all had a great year. Hopefully you're able to pick up a couple cool shoes. I definitely was. This year was definitely a lot better than 2018 shoe-wise for me. So this year I'm gonna be doing my top sneaker pickups of 2019, and I'm gonna be doing a top 10 video this year. Last year I only did a top 5 video just because I didn't pick up that many things since I didn't really start buying shoes until like halfway through the year. So I like missed an entire 6 months that I could have bought shoes, so I didn't really have that many pickups that year. But this year I have a lot more pickups than I did last year. Got a couple of my grails this year, so it was a really good year for me in my opinion. And before I get into it, make sure to leave a like on this video. I'd really appreciate it. And without further ado, let's hop right into the top 10. All right, so before I get into my top 10 list, I just want to say these are my favorite pickups of the year, not necessarily the most valuable ones. Now, some of the shoes on here are pretty expensive, but I didn't rank them in terms of how much they are, so just keep that in mind while watching this video. And now let's get started with number 10 on the list. All right, so number 10 on the list isn't really a hype shoe, but it definitely was my most worn shoe of 2019, and it's gonna be these Birkenstocks right here. At first, I was not a fan of these, but when I was in Vegas, I tried them on and I bought both these, and like now they're my most worn shoe in my collection. I pretty much wore these almost every single day in the summer, if we're being honest, and they're just so easy to throw on and they're really comfortable. So here I have the black EVA ones. These are like $40, and then these are a little bit nicer. These are like I think this is Nubuck, and then the cork bottoms. These are really comfortable too once you break them in. And I've made videos on all these if you wanted to check them out. So I'll link those in the description, but you cannot go wrong with the Birkenstocks. Make sure you don't sleep on the Birkenstocks. If you don't have a pair, make sure and go buy one. They're not really that expensive compared to some of the other shoes on this list. So at number 10, we have my most worn shoe, and it's gonna be the Birkenstocks. So now let's get right into number 9. All right, so my number 9 pickup of the year is gonna be the Sacai Blazers in the black colorway. Now, I don't own these anymore, so I'll flash up clips of them. I got these on a sneakers raffle in class, so that was pretty cool. That was my second sneakers raffle win of the year. So hopefully in 2020, I'll be able to win at least one, or even more. That'd be great, but probably not. I took L's on every single sneakers drop after the Sacai drop, so I had really bad luck for the rest of the year. But overall, they are a really nice shoe. I don't know why the value tanked on them so much. Like from when I've sold them to now, they've dropped almost like $100 in value. So I don't know why they lost so much value. They're a really nice shoe in my opinion. They had the all leather upper plus like the double laces, which I thought was really cool. So maybe in 2020 they'll regain all their value. So if you have pairs right now, I would just hold on to them. There's really no reason not to, unless you want to just take the quick money. I think they could go up in value next year, but I think they're releasing more Sacai shoes next year, so maybe they'll go down even further. So we'll just have to wait and see. So now on to number 8. So my number 8 pickup of the year was also my other sneakers raffle win. This was my first one ever, and it was the Off-White Air Max 90s in the Desert Ore colorway. So this is a really nice shoe in my opinion, but not as nice as the black ones just because I don't really like this color. I got these for retail on the sneakers drop, like I said, so it was my first win, so that was really exciting. I'll probably just end up holding on to these until they go up more in value. So since I bought these, they've gone up quite a bit in value, so I could see them easily hitting $700 or $800 next year, so that's probably when I'll sell them. So these are a really nice shoe. As you can see, it has like suede, and then it has like this like off-white material that most of the Nike off-white shoes have. And then it has the blue zip tie, which is different from like the orange or red one. So that was my number 8 pickup this year. Now on to number 7. All right, so my number 7 pickup of the year is also another off-white shoe, and it's the Off-White Prestos in the all-white colorway. I bought these on my birthday, and I got these for a steal. I think I got these for like $500 US, and they're in my size too. So if I ever decide if I want to wear these, I could wear them, but I don't know, all white shoes just aren't my thing. Summer's coming up, so it's gonna be pretty tempting not to wear them just because all white shoes look really good in the summer. But I bought these as an investment, and so far they've gone up in value quite a bit since I bought them. I bought them for like $500, and now they're in like the $750 range, low $700, so that's pretty good. Hopefully they hit like the 800s, 900s next year. So maybe I'll sell them then if I haven't worn them by then, but I doubt I'll wear these. So I'll probably end up selling them once they hit those numbers. Overall, really nice shoe. Prestos are definitely one of my favorite of the off-whites besides the Vapor Maxes. So that was my number 7 shoe pickup of the year. Now on to number 6. All right, so my number 6 shoe pickup of the year is also another shoe I don't have anymore, and it's gonna be the Yeezy Oreos. So I had those really early in the year. That was one of my first sneaker pickups of the year. Those were also a really good shoe. I wore them a couple times and they look really clean on feet. Kind of wish I still had a pair of Yeezys in my collection just because they're so comfortable and they look really good. So maybe in 2020 I'll pick up a pair, but the only pair I'll get probably right now is either the V1s and the Pirate Blacks or the Moon Rocks, or I would pick up the all black ones with the green stripe on them. Those are also one of my favorites. So I'll have to keep an eye out to see if I can find a good price for a pair. So just make sure you're subscribed to my channel to see if I pick up Yeezys in 2020. So that was my number 6 shoe pickup of the year. Now on to number 5. All right, so my number 5 shoe pickup of the year is also another Off-White, and it's the Jordan 1s in the UNC colorway. Now these are a nice shoe, but they're just not my personal favorite, just because I'm not too big of a fan of the color blue. I just bought these to sell eventually, so I picked these up in March probably for around like $960, $970, and the value's gone up quite a bit since I bought them. I just recently checked StockX and the last few sales have been $1,300. So hopefully they hit the $1,500 mark. It probably will take a while just because these are a size 12 and that's not like one of the money sizes, but most of the other sizes are probably close to $2,000 now, so I'll have to check. Hopefully in 2020 these hit like the $1,500 mark. That'd be a pretty good investment. That'd be a couple hundred in profit. So hopefully, we can only hope in 2020 these go up in value, but I could easily see them going up in value, especially if those yellow Off-White ones come out, just because the older colorways will go up more in value. So that's it for my 5th favorite shoe. Now on to number 4. All right, so my 4th favorite shoe pickup of the year isn't really a hype shoe. It's more for my personal collection, and it's gonna be these Bradley Beal Player Worn shoes. These are Hyperdunks if you didn't know, and these are worn, you can tell just by here, and then the sole's a little bit dirty and like shows some signs of wear. So these have been worn before. And as you can see, here's Bradley Beal's logo on the back, just so you know these are his shoes. This was one of my favorite shoe pickups of the year just because he is my favorite basketball player, and hopefully in 2020 I'll be able to pick up more of his PEs. I got these for really cheap. I got these for like $45, and most of his shoes sell for like $100 or more. So hopefully I'll be able to find more shoes from him for pretty good prices. I could have bought his All-Star shoes this year, but I kind of choked on those just because I didn't want to pay like $300 plus for them. So maybe his 2020 All-Star shoes will show up on eBay just because he's probably going to be an All-Star this year just because he's balling out. So that is my 4th favorite shoe pickup of the year. Now on to the top 3. So my 3rd favorite shoe pickup of the year is also my most recent shoe pickup. And if you saw one of my last videos, you would already know what these are. And they're going to be the Balenciaga Speed Trainers. This is one of my favorite shoes out right now, and I'm super happy I'm finally able to get this. This was one of my like main goals to get for this year, and I was finally able to get them for Christmas. So I'll definitely be wearing these a bunch in 2020. These are one of my favorite shoes, and they're really comfortable. I've tried them on and they just look really good on feet. So this was definitely one of my favorite shoe pickups this year, and it'll probably be one of my most worn shoes for next year. So I'll definitely have to make a video showing you guys how these hold up after a couple months. So make sure you're subscribed to my channel so you can see when I post that. So that's it for my 3rd favorite shoe pickup. Now on to number 2. All right, so my 2nd favorite shoe pickup of the year was one of my first pickups of the year since they released back in February, and it was the only shoe I knew I was gonna pick up going into 2019, and it's gonna be the Jordan 6 in the black infrared colorways. These are the ones with Nike Air on the back. I picked up the 2014 pair last year, but I just knew I had to pick these up once I figured out these were re-releasing, just because the 6s are my favorite Jordan of all time, and the black infrareds are one of my favorite colorways. Hopefully in 2020 I'll be able to pick up the DMP pack ones. Those are also one of my favorites, and they're releasing either the day before or on my birthday, so hopefully I'll be able to get them for my birthday. That'd be really cool. So if I do end up picking up the DMPs, you'll definitely see a video of those on my channel. But this is definitely one of my favorite shoes. The materials on these are a lot better, and I just like how the little ankle pillows look on this one compared to the 2014 ones. If you haven't held the 2014 ones, those ones are almost like flush with the upper. I just think this looks a lot better, and this has Nike Air on the back, so it's a little bit different than the other ones, and the color is a little bit different on these. So overall I think this was a better shoe, and it's definitely my favorite between this one and the 2014 one. So this was a must cop for me this year. So I haven't worn these yet. I'll probably have to end up picking a used pair so I can wear them because I don't want to ruin these. So I always want to have a pair of these that are dead stock just to have. So that is it for my 2nd favorite shoe pickup of the year. Now on to my favorite shoe pickup of the year. So I was able to pick up a lot of nice shoes this year, but by far the ones I'm about to show you are my favorite pickup of 2019. It's one of my all-time grails, and I didn't think I'd be able to pick them up going into this year just because they're really hard to find for a good price and a good condition. Usually the cheaper ones are like super beat, or like if I found one in good condition, it'd be too expensive. So I was able to find them for a really good price and in good condition. So I just knew I had to pull the trigger just because I didn't know if I'd be able to find them like that again. And it's gonna be the Off-White Prestos in the OG colorway. These things are so nice. I haven't had a chance to wear them yet, but definitely in 2020, I'll have to pull them out. So these shoes are just so nice. Just all the details on the shoe and the colors are just so nice. These are one of my favorite shoes of all time, and I think this is honestly the best Off-White shoe that they've released. These and the 2 black Vapor Maxes are my personal favorites. So I don't have the black Vapor Maxes yet with the white tongue, so That's definitely a goal going into 2020 is to finally get a pair of those, but those are super expensive, and I haven't seen my size in a used pair in so long, so I'll just have to keep an eye out for them. But these are just so nice. Like, you just have to hold these in hand. If you can see them in person, definitely see them in person. They look so good on feet and photos and everything, so definitely in 2020 I'll have to rock these. Just because I didn't rock them this year, I don't know why. I was just a little scared, I guess, but as you can see, the condition on these is really good. All the dots are still on the sole, and that's like really rare to find them all on the sole for a used pair, just because the sole is made out of foam, so they wear away quite a bit. So I was able to find these for a really good price. For the price I got them for and the condition they are, it was a steal in my opinion, so I had to pick them up because I didn't know if I'd be able to find them like that again. So that does top off the list of my favorite shoe pickups of 2019. Please comment down below what your favorite shoe pickup of the year was. This was my favorite pickup of the year, so I'm interested to see what yours was, so make sure to comment that down below. All right, so that's it for today's video. Hopefully you enjoyed. If you did, make sure to leave a like on this video, and also please subscribe to my channel. My first goal going into 2020 is to get to 500 subscribers, so make sure you subscribe to my channel so we can hit that hopefully in January. That'd be really cool, and hopefully you guys all had a really good 2019. I definitely did, and hopefully your 2020 is even better than this year was. And that's it for today's video. Thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next video.